WWE news, rumors, headlines, the spectacle that it is. We're going to bring it all up to you because this is the foundation. This is where we lay it out. This is where it all transpires. Remember to hype up the video, become a channel member, save and secure my future. Donate below with a super thanks donation in the comment section by using your credit card. Donate below today and do it often. Viewers, we have a lot to get into and we don't have a hell of a lot of time to do it. But what do I mean I don't have a hell of a lot of time to do it? When it comes down to you, I have all the time. But what I mean by that is the time because I've got to work to the next video and then get to the next upload and then get to the next update. There's only so many hours in a day, viewers. But I always have time for my viewers, my subscribers, my fans, and most importantly, my channel members. Become a channel member today to make sure that I stay right here on this very website because it is very universal and epic to my future. Breaking news, a massive star undergoes not just surgery, emergency surgery. Yes, emergency. Beep, beep, beep. Caution, caution. Red light, red light. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into that name. But before that, we got breaking news on the blue brand of SmackDown. According to those in the know, WWE SmackDown last night delivered plenty of chaos from October the 17th, 2025 last night on the USA Network from the SAP Arena in San Jose, California. From Cody Rhodes defending his undisputed WWE title to Illinois Dragunov shocking fans by capturing the United States title from Sami Zayn, it was a night packed with action. But behind the curtain, again, this is where we always bring up backstage. Guys, if you like all the news and the rumors that goes on backstage in the WWE and you like it now and you like it here, then subscribe and click the bell, turn on all notifications. Huge news on a breaking news, a key name from backstage was missing, and it wasn't the first time. According to Fightful Select in an all-new groundbreaking update, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman was present backstage despite not appearing on camera. That part didn't surprise anybody. However, what stood out was that the game Triple H, conspicuous by his absence, he wasn't at SmackDown at all. Paul Heyman was backstage at SmackDown despite not being on the show. This is not a rarity. However, we're told that Triple H was also not at SmackDown, which isn't necessarily a rare thing. Bruce Pritchard appeared to be running the show. So if SmackDown to you seemed a little off, a little odd, a little weird, a little bit peculiar, it is because the game Triple H wasn't there. Now, some would say Triple H has to step down. It's time for someone else to move on and do this thing. Triple H doesn't have his finger on the pulse anymore. Do you feel that without Triple H last night on SmackDown, he was not running the show, he was not backstage, Triple H wasn't calling the shots? Do you feel that SmackDown was a good show or was it a bad show? Was it satisfying? Was it gratifying? Was it a positive feeling? What did you think about SmackDown last night? Now, I know I asked you this earlier, but now that we know Triple H wasn't there, and he wasn't in charge of creative last night. He was absent. Did you feel it? Did you feel that SmackDown was better? Was it the same old? Was it the same? What to you guys? Again, this is your view. Remember, your view is the only view that matters on this website. What was your thoughts of the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network last night? Not only the matches that we got, but the storylines, the segments, the scenarios, the angles, everything that SmackDown is all about. Did you get all that and more? Did you feel satisfied? Was there enough gratitude? Was there enough because WWE, it's not just wrestling. It is called World Wrestling Entertainment. Did you get enough entertainment from SmackDown last night, even though the game Triple H was not there? We got more news on this one, though. With Bruce Pritchard in charge for the night on SmackDown, SmackDown went on without issues, but Triple H's absence didn't go unnoticed. The takeaway is clear. SmackDown was steered without the game at the helm. And with Bruce Pritchard stepping up, WWE proved that the machine keeps rolling. Even one of its biggest names isn't backstage. Do you think that the show ran just fine without Triple H around? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. And again, it'll be very interesting to see what your thoughts were because it's all about my viewers, my subscribers, and my channel members. It's all about you. Also, breaking news, guys. Now, we brought this to you earlier. Now, this is an update, and this is why we do multiple videos a day because this is a major update, a gigantic update. Rhea Ripley's WWE Super Show injury to her nose is worse than expected. Oh boy, here we go. Rhea Ripley is known for her toughness, but even she couldn't walk away unscathed from WWE Super Show in Tokyo, Japan over the weekend. The former WWE Women's World Champion of Raw was left bloodied, battered, and bruised after a brutal mid-air collision during her multi-women's match in the Sumo Hall in Japan, and now the true severity of her injury has been revealed. According to those in the know, plans can change, but right now this is where we stand. Rhea Ripley was teaming with Raquel Rodriguez against Io Sky and Stephanie McCurry. When disaster struck, Raquel launched Io into Ripley, smashing her face and leaving her nose visibly swollen and bleeding. WWE medical staff quickly pulled Ripley from ringside to treatment, though she later reassured fans that she was in good spirits with a cheeky post on social media. However, according to Brian Alvarez, again, plans can change, the injury was far more serious than it appeared. Rhea broke her nose on the house show loop, Alvarez reported to his subscribers on X. During the break, Ripley showed up later in the night for closing the segment. Again, showed up later in the night for the closing segment, joining AJ Styles in what was likely his final match in Japan. Again, likely. Afterward, Rhea Ripley posted several images online showing the full extent of the damage. Her face swollen, but her defiance was intact. Now, the big question is whether Rhea Ripley will be cleared for action in time for WWE's Saturday night's main event. Her presence is always a major draw, but a broken nose could first force her onto the sidelines for longer than expected. Sean's View Entertainment, along with those in the know, will continue to provide updates as they become available. So as it concerns Rhea Ripley, not a good thing at all. Horrible. I'll tell you what, man, these injuries, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Now we're going to get into the emergency surgery of a prominent player, a huge star, especially during the Attitude Era. Ladies and gentlemen, it was almost like death in the face. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi has undergone emergency surgery after a sudden, massive health scare. According to PW Insider, the 60-year-old legend, known for his iconic run during the Attitude Era and for being the father of current WWE stars The Usos and Solo Sikoa, has forced to step away from several appearances. Despite the details about the exact nature of the procedure remain under wraps, but sources say that the surgery was due to a health issue that came up suddenly. A very scary thing for Rikishi. The situation was serious enough that Rikishi had already cleared his schedule in order to focus entirely on recovery. He's expected to make a formal announcement soon, giving fans more insight into what happened and what comes next. Rikishi has always been a beloved presence in the wrestling world, not just for his in-ring legacy, but also for his role as a father and a mentor. With a career that spans decades, Ringside News and Sean's View Entertainment is wishing him a full, speedy recovery. Drop your thoughts of support down in the comments below for Rikishi. And again, our thoughts and our prayers go out for him and hope for him to have a speedy recovery. Jacob Fatu's WWE absence surrounded by conflicting reports on his injury status. We're hearing that he's going to be gone for a long time, that he's going to be benched, that he was written off, that he was killed off SmackDown. But what is the update? What is actually going on? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it right now. Jacob Fatu's disappearance from WWE television has been scrambling for answers. Has WWE fans scrambling for answers since his disappearance from last night's? And now conflicting reports are making the situation even more confusing. While some outlets claim the Samoan Werewolf could be gone well into 2026, others insist that his absence might be far shorter. And for the WWE, they better hope he comes back within the next month or 3 months. Yes, he replied when asked if Fatu was getting new teeth. But before elaborating, he's getting his entire mouth worked on. When pressed further, Hayes made it clear that this wasn't just about veneers or a new look. Responding simply, health-wise. Again, according to bodyslam.net, Fatu will be getting a new set of all new teeth. But days later, PW Insider painted a very different picture, stating that Fatu is currently not medical cleared to compete because of a recent dental issue, and that WWE is hopeful that he'll return shortly. To make things even more murkier, Dave Meltzer addressed the situation, and the latest Wrestling Observer noted that reports of Fatu being out until 2026 haven't been backed up by anyone within WWE. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinion. So is Fatu set for a short recovery or a long, uncertain road that could stretch into next year and beyond? With conflicting stories from multiple outlets, fans are left waiting for WWE or Fatu himself to give the definitive word. Sean's Viewing Team will keep you updated on his status and the information as it becomes available. Do you believe that Jacob Fatu's situation with getting a whole new set of teeth is more serious than WWE wants to admit, or is this just a case of mixed reporting? Again, this is where we talk about rumors, gossip, and speculation. And then this is where I get called a liar, and then I get death threats, and then I get all these things thrown at me, and then I get bullied, and then I get chastised, and then all the keyboard warriors come over to me and say, you're Sean, you're clickbait, you're fake, you're this, you're that, the other. Absolutely unbelievable. Again, if you don't know what rumors and gossip means, you'll never know. If you can't Google it, if you can't Yahoo it, if you can't ask a friend, a family, if you don't know the difference between rumor, gossip, speculation, and confirmed, well then, I don't know. You're going to have to go back to school. You're going to have to call up somebody. Chat GBT. AI, I don't know, something, okay? I've been doing this for over a decade. I've been doing YouTube for well over 10 years now, and I ain't going to stop. I'm not going to change directions. I'm not just going to give in. Oh, Sean, we only want you to talk about things that are confirmed and true. We don't want rumor and gossip and speculation. Well, if you don't want that, unsubscribe, because I will never stop. I can't be stopped, and there ain't nobody here that can stop me, because there ain't a person alive or dead that can shoot me, kill me, thrill me. There ain't nobody that can touch me. There ain't nobody that can do a damn thing to me but type on the little keyboards from their mommy's basement. There ain't a damn thing anybody can do to me, because you cannot touch me. And Sean's Viewtainment will never stop, because I am the non-stop, over the clock, won't stop, can't stop, the breathtaking, the motivating Sean's View Entertainment, and I will handle it all. You just bring it. Bring it. Funny. While you sing it, I keep bringing it. You will never bring it, because I always bring it. Nobody has the kind of determination, the kind of energy, heart, hustle. Nobody brings the kind of aura like Sean's View Entertainment, where there is going to be no law and order. Because if you show up to me and you go one-on-one with Sean's View Entertainment, I will keep knocking you down until you don't get up again. 1, 2, 3, that damn belt is mine, and that's the bottom line. Subscribe. Did you think I was going to go away? You see, for the haters and the trolls and the skeptics and the keyboard warriors, I thought I was just going to go off like that. You thought I was going to end the show there. You thought I was going to end the episode there. You think I was going to press? Nah. Liv Morgan receives a bizarre video message from OG Performance Center stalker. Why would you even call this guy an OG? This guy is sick, sinister, and diabolical. The AEW WrestleDream spoiler lineup for October the 18th tonight. The backstage notes and Matt, I am not going to release that. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody here. I'm just letting you know it's online if you want to read it. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers. Natalya reveals hidden health battle her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the late great Jim the Anvil Neidhart, was facing before his death. There is some speculation that due to all the injuries and all the concussions and all the brain trauma, the Hart family believed that Jim the Anvil Neidhart, before he died, was battling Alzheimer's, but later learned that his condition was actually more complex, likely rooted in decades of brain trauma, brutal brain trauma. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that, which is obviously very sad. Also, Natalya reveals early struggles with imposter syndrome in the WWE, one of the top headlines of the video. Zoe Stark drops a huge recovery update after devastating knee injury, and an interesting name hints at answering Mercedes Moné's challenge, an open challenge at AEW WrestleDream. Mercedes Moné is ready to defend the TBS Championship in an open challenge at AEW WrestleDream tonight, and now she may have a look into her future, as it would appear as if just hours before Showtime, ROH Women's Champion Athena sparked serious speculation by responding directly to Moné's open challenge announcement. She wrote. She put, Is the ROH Women's World Champion going to answer and step up to the challenge of one Mercedes Moné? You can only imagine. Plenty more to come. Subscribe.